deeper in the paint, throws it up.
Oh, and one! Montrez!
And he finds Montrez Harrell rocking the rim.
Again, Adelaide sees those numbers wind down to 4, to 3, to 2. It doesn't matter when that man's got the ball, though. Armstrong comes up with it, pushes the pace, takes the bump, gets inside and finishes. Taron Armstrong, that is a thing of beauty.
As we turn for home in what has been a crazy and wild NBL25 season, the equation is a simple one. For the Adelaide 36ers, they simply have no margin for error and cannot afford to lose. So this game and every other is highly important, but they face a Cairns Taipans team full of confidence after taking the lead in the summer shootout on Friday night. Great to have your company for Sunday Hoops. This is game 2 of our doubleheader. Damon Lowry and Pete Hooley alongside me. Damon, welcome to you. And it's been a crazy, wild old week for Mike Wells, the coach of the Adelaide 36ers.
Yeah, thanks, Jack. Never a dull moment, man, in the city of churches. Death, taxes, and Adelaide drama. But they seem to be have circled the wagons a little bit, led by this man right here. I feel like they just about to hit their straps.
Pete Hooley, what happens next with this team?
Who knows? They're going to have to make sure they keep winning at all costs, because Tasmania they fell down, left the door ajar. But this man's been terrific. First-year import, second-year pro overall. His isolation game is one of the best in the league. He can facilitate. You look at his numbers there, 7.8 assists per game, good for first in the league, 25 points per game. It's been an exceptional season for him. They need him to step up, and they've got enough weapons all around that if they get hot, they can put up a big score and win a lot of games.
You saw some of his highlights there. That was from Friday night in Perth, where they came up short. I mentioned the coach, Mike Wells. It's been a challenging week for him with the team, and personally as well. We're thinking of Mike and his family during this time. But this grab after Friday night was very interesting.
You know, it's always interesting when you're a 25-year-old guard and it's your second year as a professional, and he's not only a point guard, but he's a points guard, and that's a really hard balance for a team. And whether he finds his rhythm offensively early or late, you know, like he found his rhythm offensively for himself early, he found his teammates late, you know, that's always going to be a balance. And I think he's done an outstanding job of trying to figure that out. And where he is today, where he started at in August and where he is today as a point guard, you know, he's grown leaps and bounds. And I would also add on the end of that is he defends, and he defends the ball. He doesn't just play offense, and that's why he's got a big responsibility on our team.
Well. Now look, one thing about Mike Wells, yes, he has coaching experience. He might have majored in politics in college, I don't know. But he is defending his point guard. He's sticking up for his point guard. For everything that's been said in the previous week, he's letting everybody know this is still my guy.
DJ Vasiljevic, there he is on screen right now. Was a bit slow to get going on Friday night in Perth, but really cooked in the second half, Pete. Had 20 points, and there are his numbers for the season.
Yeah, he's averaging over 18 points per game, and he can do this right at a high level. But I like that on this team with all the talent, just be a game breaker then. Have these 2 or 3 moments where you hit multiple threes and can really put a game to bed.
And we talk about what's happening next with this Adelaide team. When it comes to what's happening next, Montrez Harrell is the biggest question mark out of them all. If he can fire like he did, Damon, in round 6 against Cairns, he's going to be a handful this afternoon.
He's going to be a handful. He's dominant. Like that line he put up just then last time they played, 36, 15, and 5 blocks. I mean, I don't feel like the Cairns Taipans have a matchup for him. He's going to go right at Tanner Groves, right at Sam Wardenberg. So if he can keep up that level right there, it's going to be another big night.
For the Cairns Taipans, we mentioned that they lead the summer shootout now, defeated the Bullets and racked up 111 on Friday night. And just watching the body language, Pete, of Adam Ford and the Taipans boys, they look like they enjoyed themselves.
For sure, and they were gunning for that summer shootout. Why wouldn't you when things are on the bottom? But Rob Edwards, he's been a catalyst. He could have had 50 in this game. I was so impressed with his composure. He was not forcing anything. 35 points, 65% from the field. You could have made the case for him to take a lot more shots. I know some other guys would, but he really helped the charge. And I reckon this game probably frustrated 40 as well, because it showed what they can do when they're all firing and playing locked in, and they were very good against a disappointing Brisbane team.
Third meeting in the season between these two teams. In both games, Rob Edwards has been excellent for the Taipans, and he's going to need to be excellent this afternoon as well. Ariana Prey, the courtside of the Cairns Convention Centre. Great to have you with us. And well, for a moment there, we weren't even sure if we were getting a game today, were we?
That's right. The power outage knocked all the power out of the Cairns Convention Center earlier today. We didn't know if this game was going to get delayed or even pushed to tomorrow. So I'm happy that we are about to tip off here shortly. But for Adelaide 36ers, you guys mentioned it. It is do or die. They absolutely have to be perfect from here on out if they want to move from 7th to 6th place on the ladder board and get some postseason play. Now, I spoke to Jason Kadee before the game, who told me, though all the drama is happening off the court and they've read the news reports, they were there, he said that the chemistry from the team has not been affected. We'll see if we believe him tonight, guys.
Yeah, the proof will be in the eating, no question about that. Thank you, Ariana. And a big shout out to all of the people involved in Cairns as well. There was a very serious possibility that this game wasn't going to happen or was going to be pushed back until later today. So well done to everyone for scrambling and to make it happen as we take a look at the starting fives. What are we expecting today?
I'm expecting a run and gun, up and down shootout. Cairns are playing with nothing to lose, but they don't want to finish dead last, Pete. They would like to finish at least second bottom if they could, so I'm expecting them to come out guns blazing.
And you know for sure Adelaide kept an eye on that Tasmania-Sydney game before, so Tassie losing keeps the door ajar for Adelaide to overtake them, but they simply must win this one.
Tasmania going down just a few moments ago, 88-77 against the Sydney Kings at Kudos Bank Arena. We've all been playing with the ladder predictor at NBL.com.au. You don't have to bend the imagination that far, Pete and Damon, to have Adelaide finishing in 6th spot.
No, you don't. Again, Tasmania, they've got a tough run home. We know there are injuries as well, but for Adelaide, we know their best is more than capable of beating anyone, but the problem is, the other side of that, they can lose to anyone, as they've shown.
They've won 3 of their last 5 coming into today, the 36ers. Simply put, as Ariana said, a must-win game. Groves' pass was batted down by Humphries. Harrell with a little handoff to Davis. And his hands full with Bryce Cotton on Friday night. He's not the first person in NBL history to have that sort of problem. It's inside and draws an early foul.
I like that matchup, though. Rob Edwards on Kendrick Davis. Just a little bit of strength, but he got lost right there staring at the ball, put himself in a closeout position, and if you close out on Kendrick Davis, you got some problems, because this dude got some speed.
He's got a lot of speed, and he's just so crafty. I also like the way they put it. Sam Wardenberg, who's traditionally the power forward in that starting lineup, he's going to guard Isaac Humphries and let Groves use his physicality against Montrezl Harrell as well. So that's one to keep an eye on. But I think Cairns, they're going to have to play D. Adelaide can score the rock with the best of them. I think their best defensive game is going to be when they come up against Illawarra, when they've got to protect their summer shootout score against the best offensive team in the league.
Sam Groves was excellent on Friday night. He opens Cairns scoring for the afternoon off the back of 17-8 in Brisbane.
Really been impressed with Tanner Groves' game these last few rounds. He's shooting 42% from down there. He must be respected.
Vasiljevic drew a closeout from Armstrong and then buries the 3.
Shootout, Pete. Let me get the shootout.
Yeah, the double team. Harrell. Bradshaw down the other. That's a quick shot. I don't want a double team just yet, because you put Groves on Harrell for the physicality to try and limit what he could do. There's just the speed. Let him try and go one-on-one first before you send the double. There's too many good shooters on this Adelaide team.
Sam Wardenberg quiet by his lofty standards on Friday. Bradshaw again from the opposite corner.
This is the
one. Early. Humphries with his back to the basket. As the shot clock winds down to 10. Nice move, and he's a confidence player. That'll be big for him.
Got to get Isaac involved early. If he's feeling like he's involved early in the game, he will give you everything. But if he feels like he's not so much involved, he can go to sleep on you.
Bradshaw perhaps a little gun shy after the first 2.
Oh, no.
Strong, not so much. Look at the tricks. They deserve more.
Get a GPS to our man Isaac Humphries.
He's still trying to work out where the ball is. Now he finds it off the feed from Harrell. Early timeout, Cairns. Brisbane have made a really good start in far north Queensland.
Great job by Montrezl Harrell. I feel like Trez is the best playmaker on the team. I know Kendrick Davis has the most assists on the team, but I feel like Montrezl is the one that gets Isaac involved. A lot of high-low passing. He reads the game pretty well, so I'm not surprised to see him dropping dimes early.
It's Adelaide who have made a good start in far north Queensland. Jason Cadee, one of the leaders of the 36ers, caught up with Ariana pre-game.
Jason, you're coming in here where in a situation where every single game counts. Do you feel that pressure at all? Does the team feel the pressure at all when you step onto the court?
We've been feeling that pressure for the last month. We've talked about it, but we've also talked about each game. We just have to approach each game with the same mindset. We've played pretty good basketball the last kind of 3 weeks, just hasn't all equated to wins. But I feel like if we keep playing with that same idea of what this is our last game, that when you come to places like this, it means a lot.
Well, there's been a lot of drama off the court. ESPN reporting some turmoil in the locker room. Kendrick Davis responding. Has that affected the group at all?
No, we just get on with our business. Obviously, you never want to be in the news and have things like that going on, but our group's done a pretty good job to stay together. And as I said, we haven't been together all that much, even though we have been, what, round 20 or whatever it is now. I've lost track, but we just got to worry about what we do on game night, and tonight is game night.
Well, the simple answer about feeling the pressure is every loss they take, the pressure is going to get bigger and bigger. And also, not just for them, every game that Tasmania plays, the pressure will be on for Adelaide as well, watching that one.
They'll be kicking themselves. That loss against Tasmania a couple of games ago. That might be the one. That might be the one.
There's always one game.
Yep.
We spoke about it as well, Damon. One game, both positively and negatively. As Isaac loses that one, you look back on, and especially if you miss out by what could come down to percentage, you're playing around the ladder predictor. It's the top two as well, could be percentage.
Armstrong with a take aggressively. Beyond the free throw line. Ariana, you were listening to Adam Ford.
That's right. Even though the team has dropped the ball on a couple of possessions defensively, he was more so focused on offense. He would like the Taipans to get the ball moving a bit more offensively. A few quick shots. I would say even Taron Armstrong, he got bailed out with a foul on that. That was still a very quick shot. We'll see if they can get some more points on the board this quarter.
I like that timeout from Adam Ford, because when Cairns Taipans are at their worst, it's a playground basketball style. It's one-on-one. It's very ISO, very terminal. You came out of that timeout, they ran some flex action, got the ball moving from side to side, just to control the tempo and slow things down a bit.
It can be a tough place to come and play and win for the opposition, but for Cairns this year, their home record has not been good. In fact, it's the worst in the NBL as Vasiljevic lands another one.
Really good start here from Adelaide. That ball could have been rolled into Harold down low. Instead, they got their shooter off the pin down.
Groves responds. That's his second three of the first quarter.
I haven't seen a Groves knocking down threes like this since my boy Cortez Groves.
You there, that was going out. What an entertainment machine he was.
What a star. That's three for DJ.
Well, 3 for 3. Paul Vasiljevic. These are worrying signs for the Taipans, because you're looking on the scouting report coming into this game, you've got to control Kendrick Davis, then Harrell, and Vasiljevic and Humphreys. One of them can get you at any point.
It's DJ early. He's got 9 of their 15 points. Davis and Humphreys, the other two scorers so far. Harrell back out for Davis. Knocks down another one. Look at the 36ers go.
They're playing good basketball. They making shots. They sharing the ball as Rob Edwards tees one off.
Taking the right shots too. Montrez was the one who really tried to slow everything down that last possession. Oh my word.
Crossed him into oblivion. You don't expect that from Trez, but he's got it in his package.
That's the handles. Tanner Groves gets it back again, that time unsuccessful. Cairns 2 of 9 from the field. Adelaide, conversely, 7 of 8. As Pete said, they're taking all the right shots. And at the moment, they're knocking them all down. DJ again.
Oh, wow.
4th three of the quarter. Vasiljevic throwing flames in the Cairns Convention Centre.
He could be set for a big one. 4 of 4 in the opening 5 minutes. He has hit 10 threes in a game before. It was a couple of years ago. Have a look at the Amy replay, and it is going to be this man. They ran the play for him. He knocked that one down. You go under the screen, even if it's deep, it doesn't matter. He'll shoot it from the car park. That was number 3, and then number 4 came after that.
We've got regular shapes. They're in drop. The temptation, I know. Roll fucking hard. We can look to shift up out of the corner. Then we can go 2 sides, bring it back, go 5. Okay? Even with get drops, let's go fine. Defensively, we got to get after it. DJ's hit ball. Yeah? Hey, no more trap post. Play, you've got Harold. Hey, you've got Humphreys. Play this shit straight up. Come on now.
Well, we spoke about Vasiljevic and how hot he got in the second half on Friday night in Perth. Here is the Adelaide as a team shot chart with thanks to Blackmore so far in the game.
I mean, what can you say? One miss for the entire game. That's 88.9% from the field in 5 minutes of action. Obviously, that's not going to stay the same throughout the course of the game. But the Taipans don't show a little bit more urgency, the lead could blow out humongously by the end of this quarter.
I didn't like the double teaming from the start. Wait to see who's going to do damage against you in the post before you do a double team, because it just allowed Vasiljevic to get an easy one, and once he gets his eye in, he can fill it up.
Adam Fort's rung the changes. Adnam, Higgins, Titcher, Galloway and Gack now on the floor, so Edwards the only starter out there. Matt Mayan against his former team.
We're going to get a heat check here soon.
He's got to go up.
Thought he was pulling up for the logo for a second. First to Humphreys, that's nice. 27 points with 4.5 minutes left in the quarter for Adelaide.
This is impressive. DJ would have been well within his rights to let it fly, Pete, but he went down low to Ice because he felt Ice had the mismatch. Ice rewarded him.
Looking for it here on the weak side.
Here he comes.
Oh,
it goes.
The Human Torch. Pete's in the archives. Find some stuff for us, Pete.
He's gone to the laptop.
5 straight.
Edwards trying to get in on the act for Cairns. This is NBA Jam stuff right now from DJ. No way! Unbelievable!
What have we got here? 6 of 6, 18 points, and there's still 3.5 minutes to go.
Nothing is off limits right now for Vasiljevic and
Find
Cairns.
him.
Can't find a bucket at the other end.
Why not? Why not?
Stop it.
Do it!
Pete, I nearly jumped on your chest just then.
Oh, you'd only reach my knees, but what a game.
Wow. 18 first quarter points on 6 of 7 shooting. And the Taipans will be on the line shooting free throws, which means that we can just talk about what is going on here.
Well, he's had 12 in the opening quarter twice in this season against the Kings and against the Taipans. As we said, he's hit 10 before in a game. That was for the Sydney Kings against the Phoenix. And that is in real jeopardy.
I think the heat check is still in effect.
Oh, you cannot take this man out. He's going to miss 3 in a row before you even think about taking him out.
Last game, I thought they played well as a team. They was moving the ball. They just came up short against Perth, but I thought they played good basketball. And with that short flight, with the short turnaround between games, sometimes you think that might not help a team. I feel like this helps Adelaide. They just kind of use that momentum that they built in Perth, and they look like they brought it here today.
Means they can just play and not train and get in trouble with each other half the time, to be honest. Here he is.
Stop it!
What? 7 made threes in less than a quarter of basketball.
I demand to know the record. I demand to know.
Well, the 40-minute one is 10. There was a graphic. There was a graphic. That's in the whole game. He's going to absolutely destroy that at this rate. Great pocket pass. But in a quarter, this is exceptional shooting. We saw that graphic earlier this week.
Jonah
Antonio's now got the job of trying to stop him. He's magnetic at the moment, DJ. All eyes are drawn to him. 7 triples in a quarter of basketball. He's got that look in the eye like he's not done with yet. Higgins Titcher. Nice hustle.
Come on,
back
Pete.
out to Adnam.
The record for the most threes made in the quarter.
Into the quarter, I tell you what, all time. Ian Davies, back in 1985, he had 13 of 24 from deep. Couple, Shane Hill 3 times had 12. Why?
What?
Why on earth?
Shenanigans. Total shenanigans.
You know he's not asking for it. That's 1 miss.
Where's Ariana? Get her over to that Adelaide bench and sub Vasiljevic back into the game.
Mike Wells, my man.
Carroll wants to get in on the axe.
Oh, this is unbelievable.
They are dominating.
Beautiful two-man game between Kendrick Davis and Trez. Perfect pocket pass. This is an offensive clinic.
26-point lead in the opening term. Vasiljevic leads Cairns 21-10. He's off the floor at the moment. This is a blitz.
I love those.
Total full frontal blitz.
It really is. And I'll tell you what, massive fan of those black jerseys from the Cairns Taipans, but right now, Adelaide can't even see him. There's no one else on the court. This is a training run.
That man is hotter than Cairns on its hottest day.
And we've spoke about it before, time and time again. What is the easiest way to cool him down?
Put him on the bench.
Put him on the bench.
He's finished from AK Gat. Taipans have been stunned. They were all smiles after Friday night in Brisbane when they took the lead in the summer shootout. They've got major problems here. They can't get a stop, and Adelaide can't miss. They're 14 of 17 from the field.
Can't get a stop is right. 3 misses in 9.5 minutes of play. Yes, a couple threes, you might say, okay, good luck to the offense, but as a defensive unit, Adam Ford's ready to just lose his mind as Kendrick Davis surprisingly misses.
8 of 11 from long range. The Taipans will be desperate for quarter time to get together and try and recalibrate and find a way to get themselves back into this one. Adnam can't score.
Oh, he'll hit this.
Everything else has gone down in the first half. Why not from Montrez? A stunning opening quarter by the Adelaide 36ers with it all on the line. They lead 38-12, and DJ is throwing flames on Sunday Hoops.
We are going to be giving away $350 cash. So you've got to get your phones out and point your camera towards the big screen. All thanks to Nick and his amazing team at NBL Forklifts. Each game this year, we are giving away $350 cash. All you got to do is enter your name, your section, and your seat number to win. It's as simple as that. And at 3/4 time, we will be back to give away the cash. That $350 cash could be yours. Well, thanks to your local forklift dealer, service agent, and forklift hire provider, that's NBL Forklifts.
Tonight's game on sponsors iPlayers Foster Care. Have you ever thought about racing the next superhero? Why not contact iPlayers Foster Care to see if you're the person they're looking for? Head to www.fostercare.com.au.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's make some noise for our Taipans as we get into the second quarter. Let's go!
Welcome back to the Cairns Convention Center, where there's an absolute blowout going down. The Adelaide 36ers with a 26-point lead over the Taipans. After they played against the Bullets, we definitely did not expect this type of quarter from Cairns. It's going to take a lot of work to come back into this ball game. Kendrick Davis pointing at the scoreboard in the huddle saying, do not let up. Do not let them back into this game. We'll see if the Taipans can continue fighting, guys.
And they've got some fighting to do, Ariana. Thank you. 38-12, and Dejan Vasiljevic has 21 of them on 7 of 9 shooting in the first quarter.
If you live long enough, you'll see it all, but I ain't never, ever seen a dude hit 7 threes in a quarter. So now we'll see how he starts this second quarter and what Cairns Taipans is going to do to adjust.
Montrez baseline. Foul on Galloway.
Probably unlucky there, Galloway, but if you had seen it, Damon, I bet you never see him come out and sit down with 2.5 minutes to go. There's Grant Kelly and Matt Weston. They know how important every game is now for Adelaide. And what also helps, I know we're caught up in DJ's performance right now, is that percentage for Adelaide is crucial.
Absolutely.
Because there is a very, very strong possibility that Tasmania and Adelaide end up with the same record, and it's going to come down to percentage, to which right now they need to boost and hope that Tassie have some blowout losses. So I think that's why Kendrick Davis is pointing to the scoreboard. They understand they need help with their percentage. They also need some help from Tasmania.
Cairns only shooting 21% so far. They're not going to change the way they're playing, though.
Takes care of the second. I bet they wish that this was their summer shootout game, Adelaide. They don't play it until the 31st of Jan in Brisbane. Be handy for them right now. They turned up on a mission. Davis is fouled by Adnam. He'll go to the line as well.
See, Jonah Antonio is sitting on DJ Vasiljevic's lap right now. And if you're Kendrick Davis, Montrez, Isaac Humphries, your eyes are lighting up. It's essentially going to be shell drill 4-on-4 because they just cannot give any daylight to Vasiljevic.
Kendrick Davis, second in the competition, points per game, leads the league in assists, top 5 in steals. He's played the most minutes out of any player in the NBL this season, Damon.
More than Bryce. So we're talking 34+ minutes a game. Obviously got young legs, only 24, 25 years of age, but he just had an absolutely sensational, just statistical season. As AK Gat gets one to go. It's a bad matchup for Jonah. It's a bad matchup for a lot of people, but it's too easy. Like you want to pressure a guy, Pete, but Kendrick is too fast. It's like with PJC, Jalen Adams, and some guys you just do not want to encourage to penetrate on you.
I'll tell you what, we might have to go into the record books to have a look at the biggest win and biggest loss in the same weekend. They won by 30+ against the Bullets, and they're on track to lose by the same amount a couple of days later.
Unfortunately, Cairns been on the wrong end of some blowouts this season. They've had 6 games where they've lost by 20 or more. Right now, still a long way to go, but right now, they've found themselves a long way behind. Pass breaks down for Vasiljevic. He doesn't care. Not that far away. Armstrong running the point. Nice look for Tanner Groves. And then the extra one. But Gak, who was fouled, went back and got it.
Tanner Groves is a tough matchup. He's already hit a couple of threes. Isaac ran him off the three-point line. Nice little handoff there to Gak. And Isaac just got a foul.
Those are the ones that you're big to big. I know it's a lot harder than a point guard, but throw that up. Gak's got athleticism and length. He might not dunk it. It doesn't have to be a perfect pass, but at least just let him catch it up high and finish.
Have we said Sam Wardenberg's name yet up until just then?
I've only said probably 2 names so far this game.
No shot attempts, no rebounds, no nothing. Just 5 minutes of action, so.
Quiet on Friday too, only had 5 points in that big win.
Adam Ford did say in the media that he gets a chance now with a full roster to give him a bit of rest, which is what he's needed all season long. There's just a error from 36ers. The key for them now, even Cairns, they can be a little scrappy down their end, is not to fall into that trap. Keep executing. They were taking all the right shots in the first 7 minutes until DJ went berserk.
Early today was Sydney winners 88-77 over the Jack Jumpers at Kudos Bank Arena, a result that is very relevant to the 36ers. It looks like Tasmania and Adelaide will be fighting it out for 6th spot. Back into this season. Antonio from the corner. Off that one short. Here's Wardenberg. Taron Armstrong gets into the lane. His first field goal of the day.
Yeah, they've all been quiet. I mean, it's the first quarter they all want to forget. So in their minds, Adam Ford would say, all right, it's 0-0, even though it's not. But that's the mentality they got to take into this quarter. Almost start all over.
Well, Martin hasn't been required to do a lot so far. His first attempt. Sunday Hoops, which is a big lead for the 36ers right now. Taipans 2 of 15, Damon, from long range.
That's not going to get it done. And Dakota Gack was already shooting 9% from 3 before that one. Sometimes you're open for a reason.
Wardenberg one end to the other. Nice finish. They've scored the last 6, Cairns. Just a little bit of momentum in this second quarter. Handoff here from Vasiljevic. This time his floater drops out. Rebound put back in by Harold. Second time around, he's taking them all on and he wins the battle.
That's just a guy that wants some more. That's just outwork Gack and Sam Wardenberg.
Adelaide have 44 points on the board. 3 players have scored. Sorry, 4 players with Isaac Humphries. Their main 4. Gross. Up to 8 points now.
What's the realistic margin to get this to at halftime, Pete?
Oh.
14?
Yeah, I was going to say 15, 14, and just slowly try and take away.
Points will count.
Picked up their offensive end, Cairns. They just dug themselves a big hole. They're going to have to play almost perfect defensively, which against a team with this many different weapons, it's very hard to do.
The ball in there and I'll tell you to get out.
Only one. Rob Edwards probably sat longer than what we would have thought, considering the dire situation they're in right now. Jonah Antonio gets subbed out, so you got to get some stops. The score will take care of itself. You can get some stops, but Adelaide is still getting everything they want. And when they miss it, they still can get a few second shot opportunities. They smashing them on the glass.
Is this the Adelaide, Damon, that would make the other playoff and play-in contenders really nervous? This type of Adelaide basketball?
This Adelaide right here, yep. This is Adelaide that I thought this is a playoff team. They're a top 6 talented team. And when they all on the same page offensively, as Tanner Groves just keeps working, when they all on the same page, Jack, offensively, they sharing the ball, they making shots, playing like this as a team, talent is going to prevail a lot of times.
63% they're shooting at the moment. Vasiljevic hasn't scored in this quarter. As Kendrick Davis starts to lift his rating. He's got 13.
Really starting to go 44 points combined. 34 points combined, sorry. With those two, Rob Edwards, it's an easy one to go. But back to that point, teams wouldn't be nervous in a series, multiple games, because they're so up and down. They do this one game and then have a stretch of poor outings. They need to do it in back-to-back games consistently. And that's going to be 3 shots.
But to your point, Peter, and I agree with you, I think over the course of a series, you'd have to take the good with the bad, but in a one-off playing game, I feel like that would make you very nervous.
A one-off playoff game, one-off playing game in Adelaide, with 9,000 South Australians going nuts, and the way they can come out and be high-octane like this, you'd absolutely be a little bit concerned, absolutely. But like you say, Pete, in a grind, in a series, it's a little bit different.
It's also very unlikely they're going to be hosting a playing game. To finish 6th,
yeah,
they're going to have to go on the road where take this game out, take a couple other results, but they've really struggled to go on the road. and replicate that performance they can get at Adelaide Entertainment Centre.
They're 2-8 on the road this year.
Those 2 wins, if I'm not mistaken, in Sydney, in Illawarra.
Yes.
Two good dubs. So they beat Illawarra 3 times, as Kendrick reminded all of us. They would not be nervous. It's going to take a lot to get to play Illawarra, though.
They've got a nice road schedule coming up with some games that they will go in feeling very good about their chances if they hold on here. But to finish with South East Melbourne and Perth, you don't want to leave it up to those 2 games to be must-wins.
Goes over the top of Montrez. Finish it off, and Adelaide explore quickly in the offense. Davis left all alone.
Just to throw him off, make him just super wide open.
Strong eventually found its way to Wardenberg, and his pass telegraphed and chopped off by the veteran Jason Kadee.
And slow getting back on defense. Wouldn't be surprised if Sam gets the hook. Just out of sorts. Don't know if the season's just taking its toll. Good pass. No help on the ball screen. It's not a lot of redeeming qualities right now that Sam is showing. He's been a warrior all season. He's battled some injuries, we know. And this season can take its toll on you.
That is from Armstrong to Rob Edwards. Noticing the same thing with Wardenberg. Got the 2 points, but just looks a little exhausted. Could be mentally as well. As you said, it's been a tough year for him, especially when everybody was out. He was the one who had to carry the load.
Wants that shot clock down to 4. Try his luck from long range. Still 3.5 minutes before half-time. This should be a big number on the board for Adelaide at the main break, as Rob Edwards draws contact.
And this game has a tendency now with a lead, 26-point lead. Adelaide doesn't feel like they probably need to defend with the same type of urgency because they got such a big lead. They trust their offense to keep the lead the way it is, but these are worrying signs that Mike Wells wouldn't like this. 40 calls a timeout. Let's have a chat.
So Tangerine timeout. A little over 3 minutes left. Let's just go back and relive what was a stunning opening quarter from DJ Vasiljevic. 21 points, 7 made threes.
Yeah, if you've just tuned in, you've missed one hell of a showing. 7 threes. He was unstoppable. Hit a couple, got his rhythm, and then he said, you know what? I'm going to start to have some fun pulling up from absolutely everywhere. This one here, fading away, nothing but net. There was a deep one. Started to run more and more for him. Cairns gave this one right here, pulls up from Gilligan's, and, well, good thing's going to happen when one of the best shooters in the competition feeling as good as this.
So here's what he's up against for the remainder of the game. Ooh. 13, Ian Davies in 1985. The great Shane Heal on there 3 times. Derek Rucker even burgled his way onto that list as well. And of course, rest in peace, Darryl Pearce, who recently left us. There's some great names on that list.
He's only 6 away from tying with a half to go. You think he don't know that? He knows.
Not a chance he knows 13's the number.
He would know.
Someone will get him the news, though.
He would definitely know.
I think all he's thinking about is 10, which is the 40-minute era is 10. He's on there. Chris Golding's on there. He did that the other night. Jermaine Beal and Bryce Cotton.
The only thing that was probably not working in his favor is the rest of the guys on his team can score as well, and Kendrick Davis and Trez, and it's just a lot of scoring out there. Are they going to defer? Are they going to make that extra pass, Pete, when they are they going to give up a good shot for a DJ shot?
Well, they haven't had to right now because Kendrick Davis has 16 points. They've been ticking the scoreboard over nicely. But it is hard to play with such a big lead. Motivation kind of changes because you're just scoring at will. Anybody can get their points. That's a tough shot from Jarrell Martin, but that's not a pretty offense.
Push the lead back to 26 points. Ariana Prather courtside.
Guys, I'm still just in disbelief at what I'm watching right now from the Taipans after that huge game on the road. I mean, was it just the summer shootout money that they were playing for? Because you had 4 players in double digits at halftime. There was so much defensive intensity, and it just looked like a completely different team than we're seeing now from the Taipans. And I agree with Damon. They're going to have to get this lead to at least about maybe 15 if they want to stay in this ball game in the second.
But it's been like that all season kind of form this Sunday, Mrs. Ariana, because they only got 5 wins on the season. Don't forget, this team literally does not know how to win. They've lost a lot of games late. They got blown out of a few. So, yes, on any particular night, they can get up. But right now, we're seeing probably what we've seen, I guess, from a consistent basis throughout the whole season.
All right here in this second quarter. Scoring themselves.
Shot clock down to 2 for Jarrell Martin. It'll be an Adelaide ball. Rob Edwards wants a review. I'm not sure Adam Ford's is interested.
He's got no timeouts, he can't. So Rob Edwards is flat, but that's on the players. He's had to use all of his timeouts. And he probably would have had a case.
Yeah. 36ers looking to expand on this big lead. Davis crosses over. The jumper misses out. 16 points to his name so far in the half. DJ Vasiljevic, the leading scorer with 21. Tanner Groves is Cairns' leading scorer with 10. Waterberg misses by a considerable margin. Davis running the point. And the shot clock down to single figures for Adelaide. It hasn't been as clinical for them in this second term. That's nice from Jarrell Martin.
They almost play an NBA style where it's like, look, we're going to move around a little bit, but then we're just going to give it to a guy. We're not going to really, I guess our offensive structure is not going to be that complicated. Kendrick Davis is going to dribble. He's going to be the last one to make the decision 9 times out of 10, and in the end, he just threw it inside the Jarrell. It was pretty much just, that was the offense. And it's good enough, they got that much talent, they can still score doing that.
Rob Edwards, unfortunately, just lacking the same punch and the same bounce as what he had on Friday. He had 35, a career high in the NBL. It's been a bit of a struggle for him today. Davis feeds the big man. Great D from Waterberg. Change the shot late. Bradshaw lines it up.
And just like that.
21 point. They've got it back to timeout here from Adelaide. So, well, they get a stop here, and they'll be feeling pretty good about themselves, considering where it could have been. What can Mike Wells draw up for this last play of the half? You'd think it's got to be something for Vasiljevic. He's got to at least get one shot.
Trail by as much as 28 early in this quarter. They've got it back to 21 and still respectable at the moment. One thing they do have in their advantage is they are the current leaders in the summer shootout. They went to Brisbane on Friday, put 111 on the board, and right now they're the clubhouse leader for $50,000.
And I got my little tip. I went with the Illawarra Hawks in this game right here on the 23rd. Hawks are going to come in there 100 and I think I said 120 is what I put down. And based on what the Taipans is dishing up right now on the defensive end, the Hawks could easily get that 120.
Oh, they can get more than that. They are the most potent offensive team for a reason. But I've got a feeling that also that Cairns, they're going to be locked in for that one defensively, maybe more so than the whole season. They did say post-game that, yep, they had some motivation behind the summer shootout. Why wouldn't you? When your season's done in terms of playing finals, you've really had a rough run at it, or you've got a chance to just win something, why wouldn't you go for it? But it's going to have to protect that against the Illawarra Hawks. So if they don't, Hawks put up 130.
So of that 50,000, Pete, if they are successful, would you put a little bit of that over the bar at Gilligan's, just as a little tab?
I think it's gift cards.
I wouldn't put all of it across, but just a little bit to start with. Final play of the quarter.
Bonus.
Groves concedes the foul. Adelaide will be on the line.
I know you want to switch oftentimes late clock, but Tanner Groves can't possibly think, I'll take Kendrick Davis. That's not an island you just want to voluntarily go to.
Wells is going to bring in the defensive substitutions. 4.5 seconds is a very long time. See if they can get a big stop. Just saying there to his team, they've got 2 fouls to give. Kendrick Davis is quietly going about it. 8 of 9 from the free throw line. He's got 17 points, 4 assists.
Been a big first half for the 36ers. Trez from halfway puts that into the stands. 60-37 is their lead. What a performance from Adelaide on the road.
23-point lead at the half on the road after a tough loss in Perth. Adelaide will be wrapped going into the half. They're playing the right way. They're a team that's, yeah, they might make some headlines from time to time, but it's something weird about how they still, like Jason Cadiz said, man, we're all right.
When they shoot like that, they will be okay. 60-37 is their lead as we get to Ariana.
DJ, one of the best shooting performances I've seen this season. Everybody was rooting for you. How'd you make it look so easy? 7 of 10 from deep in that first half.
Honestly, I don't know. I think I was due for a game like this. I was just given whatever the defense was giving me, I was taking. I kind of did it in Perth a bit. We're getting on the move, and then, yeah, just made shots today.
Well, we'll see if you break some records tonight. I'll be cheering for you. The Taipans scored a couple buckets at the end there. How do you make sure that defensive intensity stays up to date in the second?
Disciplinary. Obviously, we're up 23, and we can't just die down. Sometimes when we get up so much, we relax in the second half, and people come back on us. So we just got to come out with the same intensity first 4 or 5 minutes, and then finish the game and get some of these young guys in.
Thank you, DJ.
I appreciate it.
Adelaide 36ers with a huge lead at halftime. You heard it from the man from the first half, DJ Vasiljevic, 70% from three-point land. Let's see if he can break some records tonight. We'll see you soon.
This way first, watch out for the cords that are on the court. And so you got to make sure that you're still bouncing the ball, no traveling. You can shoot it any time you want, but you got to go catch the ball and get it. Once you get it in the ring, back down the other end, back down this end, and we'll see if you can get up to $3,000 thanks to IFYS. All right, our camera guys, are you ready for Lisa to shoot down this way? All right, let's start the clock in 3, 2, 1, go, 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 go. Lisa's off and running. Let's see if she can get $3,000. Missing the first shot of this stage, missing the second shot of this stage, and it's in. It's 150. All right, down the other end, down the other end. All thanks to IFYS foster care. Lisa's second attempt right now. This will be going to get to $300 if she can. Oh no! Yes, $300. All right, Lisa's looking good at this stage. What do we like? Just under a minute left. Yes! She goes to $450 thanks to IFYS. And $600. Oh my goodness! All right, the cameramen are getting a workout as well. Let me run up and down the court. $750. Jersey put some defense down there. Nice. $900. We got 20 seconds left. Go, Lisa. Representing Cairns. Could she be our next Taipans player? Oh, $1,050. All right. 8 seconds to get $1,200. There's $1,200. Keep going, keep going. 2, 1, throw it, throw it, throw it, throw it. Oh, you won $1,200. $1,200. Thanks to IFYS. And we got Paul. I think Paul's got the well done. Congratulations, Lisa. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. How are you feeling right now? You think you might take up basketball as a professional sport? I'll leave that to the kids. To the professionals. Yes, so congratulations. One more time.
Half-time in our Sunday Hoops doubleheader, and it's been nothing but entertaining from the Adelaide 36ers. At the main break, they lead 60-37. They've been shooting the ball at 55%, and their confidence, Damon Lowry and Pete Hooley, looks absolutely sky high right now. And it needs to be, because as we said off the top, they must win this game.
An offensive bonanza is what we were just witness to, led by DJ Vasiljevic by going absolutely ham from downtown. Yes, they are very assertive right now because they know it is crunch time. Every single game from here on out is basically a playoff game for Adelaide.
They can do this, though. Maybe not the 7 threes in one quarter all the time, but they've got enough weapons, and when they are locked in like this, they can perform like we saw in the first 20 minutes. It's now about doing that again here in the second half, and the next game and the next game in building.
DJ Vasiljevic, he spoke about it. He said he was due for one of these games. He's got 7 threes in the opening half as well. He looked like, I can't even imagine what this feels like for us mere mortals. He looked like he felt like he couldn't miss.
Well, I don't know what it feels like for a start. But yes, but DJ has never lost faith in himself or belief, none of that. He knows who he is as a shooter. It's just good that his teammates recognized who he was and kept feeding him, running stuff for him, and just letting DJ be DJ. I love the way the bench was celebrating. They're all up on their feet every time he lets it go. That's a good thing. Every player's got to feel that from time to time. And it was good that DJ got that feeling in the first half.
He could have forced a lot more in the second quarter too, so credit to him for staying within the system, allowing Kendrick Davis to get going. Montrez has 9 points as well, but his Blackmore shot chart, he cooled down ever so slightly, but I tell you what, 7 of 10 in the first half. He could have easily taken 5 more if he wanted. He felt that good, and hopefully they get him going again in the second half, because we want to see some more records broken in NBL25.
And this is the offensive firepower of Adelaide. That was Dejan Vasiljevic in the first quarter. In the second quarter, Damon, it was Kendrick Davis who started to take over, and he's got 18 at the half as well.
Yeah, you can't forget for a second what Kendrick Davis is doing. He's second leading scorer in the league every single night. He makes scoring so easy. His 3-ball is money. His mid-range game is money. His pocket passes. He is an absolute out-and-out handful, and I feel like he can score whenever he wants to. His I guess, challenge is to incorporate the rest of his teammates. But when it's up to him, he can just do this too easy, Pete.
Yeah, he can. One of the best isolation players in the league. Probably the best transition player because he's so quick, stops on a dime, and has such a great touch.
So this game, we've spoken about it, and we will talk about it a lot, the importance for the Adelaide 36ers that they must win. They can't really afford to be losing too many games between now and the rest of the regular season. And this is why, because as we take a look at the ladder, and as it looks right now, this also includes Tasmania losing earlier this afternoon to the Sydney Kings. It's so tight. I mean, we probably should draw a line through the Brisbane Bullets, but there's a world where they could still make it as well.
Yeah, there is, but right now I think everybody understands it's a small one. So it's going to come down to Tasmania and Adelaide, and you have a look. So the run home for Adelaide is so crucial because that percentage number right there, 96.97 with the live ladder, 97.8 for Tassie. It's not just winning games, it's making sure they can get above that, because if Tassie only win one more, if you play around with the ladder predictor, you'll see that there is a very, very strong chance that it ends up 13 wins for each. It's going to come down to, could come down to 2 possessions. It could come down to 1 possession. It happened a couple of years ago.
And there's still plenty of games to be played against each other from teams in and around that hunt as well. And Sydney and Tasmania were one of them. They played earlier this afternoon. The Kings managed to grind it out. They had nearly 17,000 people piled into Kudos Bank Arena.
It ain't nothing else to do in Sydney. I mean, wow. Look, they support their Kings, and Tassie made them work for it. It went down pretty much to the wire. Some fourth quarter brilliance once again from Jaden Adams, but big shot Kawat Noy gave him a nice little 30-piece. But Tasmania's going to find it hard, I think, to keep winning due to every other player seems to be hurt.
Well, they've got to win probably one more. They definitely need to win one more, and I think they can do that. And then Adelaide have to be trusted to really take care of business the way out. But also for the Kings as well, they want to win, keep eyes on potentially a home court playing tournament. Because what we didn't look at there was the run for the second spot as well. Illawarra will finish top, deservedly so, best team in the comp. The race for second spot is going to heat up, and it could come down to percentage as well.
And after Melbourne United's performance last night, gee, the water just got a little muddied because I don't think you can trust them right now.
Offensively, this is the problem I had with them at the start of the season. I just felt like they didn't have enough. They lost JLA, they lost Ariel Hook-Porty and Luke Travers. I felt like what they replaced them with wasn't to that same level, so they're struggling now.
One thing we do know is that Illawarra right now are very much the #1 seed here in the NBL 25 season. They're at home tomorrow night playing host to the Brisbane Bullets. Tough challenge for Brisbane, who are undermanned right now. And the Hawks, they are must-watch basketball.
You can see all the latest blockbusters on the big screen at event cinemas, including Sonic the Hedgehog 3, Paddington in Peru, Moana 2, Mufasa, The Lion King, and Bob Dylan's A Complete Unknown. And if you have a look down now in the center court, the Jackley's Bakehouse mini squad and our cheerleaders have mini cupcakes to hand out. So if you want some of these mini cupcakes, you're going to make some noise. Stand up, make some noise. Get their attention. Do you want some of these Jackley's Bakehouse cupcakes? And we're on to happy birthdays. Happy birthday to our members that are up on the screen right now. We hope you're having a great birthday. Sean, Debbie, happy birthday as well. Ian, Kyle, and Bill. And a shout out to Candace Parker. Happy birthday. To Kelly and Kirsty. All right, happy birthday to Pamela and Dilly. Happy birthday to our members. We got Edward and Olivia. Happy birthday!
Make sure you stick that up again. Your chance to go to one of these game worn Taipans playing a jersey at the IYS auction. David Murphy from My1 Cairns will run the auction right here at centre court, straight after the conclusion of the game. And if you've ever thought about raising the next superhero, why not contact IYS Foster Care and see if you're the person they're looking for. Head to www.fostercare.com.au.
And Cairns, I'm here with two of Cairns Taipans' most die-hard fans. I'm here with Jermaine and Terry, who have just celebrated.
It's the Adelaide 36ers who lead by 23 points at halftime, 60-37. Just about ready to go. Ariana Prather's courtside.
Listen, I'm happy to be in the building right now watching this absolute shooting clinic that DJ Vasiljevic has put on in that first half. 7 of 10 from deep is not easy, guys. He's calling for the ball on every position offensively. He's feeling confident. He's feeling like it's his night. And listen, my bold prediction, I don't know if it's that bold, he's going to break some records tonight.
We'd love to see it. We'd love to see another record fall. It's been that type of season. But they have to stay focused, like DJ said at the half. Can't get relaxed now. 23-point lead.
How hard is it in that situation, you two? When you've got a big lead like this, and realistically you know that the game's almost taken care of, how hard is it to stay motivated and stay in the moment?
It's very hard because, again, you're starting to look at the first half. We can score at will. Whoever wants to really break things off is Groves misses that one. They're going to get a bucket. They have no problem scoring the ball. But for what should help Adelaide is understanding the percentage is so important. So, yes, one thing is they're going to win this ball game, it looks like, and do it well, but they need to do it enough to help boost their percentages. Vasiljevic gets his first bucket since the first quarter. So if they do end up tied with Tasmania, they'll be in the finals if they got a better one.
Dive into Adelaide's run home in the second half. There's no such thing as a friendly run home in this league, but it's not bad for the 36ers.
And Montrez is rebounding everything. Just brought up his 10th rebound. And those one-pass shots that Rob Edwards just took are not conducive for a comeback, as Isaac Humphries just got himself another easy layup. One-pass shots, miss, rebound, off we go.
That may have missed Vasiljevic, who was wide open.
Davis crossing over on Armstrong. Still did well to stay in front. Back out to Vasiljevic. Shot clock at 8. From the Kmart logo.
It's a veteran move. When you know the shot clock's winding down, so you pretend to lose the dribble a little bit, knowing you're going to have to launch it.
Good short on his jumper.
I understand that's a wide open shot for Rob Edwards, and easily a shot that he can make and probably needs to make is lat.
Black 2.
This is not how you want to start the third quarter. Bad offensive execution by Cairns, some sloppy D. That goes to the free throw line for 3.
Morty's seen enough. Morty has seen enough. Like you said, Damon, this is just not the way to come out of halftime.
64-37, the Tangerine timeout. I think we might stay out of this Adam Ford timeout. It might be a little bit fruity for Sunday afternoon.
We probably need to wait till about past 11 p.m. It looks calm and composed here.
Yeah, we'll see. For the Taipans, though, beyond this season, and we're at the point now where they aren't going to be in the play-in contention or playoff contention. So all eyes turn to what happens next. And when you look at that free agency and who's available and the work they've got to do, it's going to be a busy off-season for their front office.
Yeah, and, you know, and Robert Edwards came out and said that, you know, he would love to stay here. He would love for 40 to coach him for the rest of his career. So, okay, you've made your intention felt. Don't know if 40 feels the same way. They're going to have to, you can't make decisions in the emotional moment. Season finishes, let some time pass. Let the waters chill for a while, but 40's got to work out. I'm going to need a point guard for sure, because I'm not banking on Terran Armstrong being here. Whether it's NBA, G League, you never know where Terran can end up. But he's got to start forward thinking without making any rash decisions early.
Yeah, Terran Armstrong, he's going to get those opportunities, just about what sticks over there. Sam Wardenberg's the one for me to keep an eye on. What happens with Sam Wardenberg? Extended him to finish out this season.
Former Taipan Latmayan. I guess the other question is the coach. Adam Ford out of contract at the end of this season.
And I feel like 40, okay, you can look at his record and say, all right, he hasn't coached well. I disagree. I think what he's had to deal with, a lot of injuries, obviously. He didn't have his full roster for quite a while. That's just the reality of the situation. But I felt that he has been engaged even more so, I feel, than last season.
It takes a unique coach to be able to go into the situation that Cairns is, a small market team, don't have a budget like the other teams, can't replace players really during the season like we see other teams bring in players, injury replacements, maybe multiple at times. I think he's done a very good job while he's been there and what he's created. He said he can't deal with the injuries, that's been out of his control.
I'm looking at the commercial team. Bring in some more money. Bring in some more sponsors. We want the big fish.
Win the summer shootout.
That helps.
That helps.
And sometimes maybe wrong.
But Tanner Groves is definitely a guy who I'm impressed with, and I'd be happy to extend him. He's a meat and potatoes kind of a guy. Can score from a variety of ways, gives you maximum effort. Maybe a little bit too foul prone from time to time.
Pedro Bradshaw, if you're looking for, he's not going to be demanding as much money as some of the others, but look at what he could do for a team, a 3-and-D type player. And again, another thing that comes with you think about signing imports has been good people as well. So that part all
From all reports and everyone I've spoken to and we've all spoken to, nothing but good words about both Tanner Groves and Pedro Bradshaw.
Yep, haven't heard any drama, just good workers, teammates. Kendrick Davis takes one to the jaw, but fouled him with his body first. And Mike Wells isn't the kind of guy, it seems like, even with a big lead, yes, percentage is important. He's not going to be pulling guys. Kendrick Davis, like you said, he's leading the league in minutes played. Regardless of his score, Kendrick Davis is going to get his 34 to 35 minutes.
Yeah, we heard DJ talking to Ariana in that halftime interview saying hopefully they get a big enough lead, they can let the young guys play. Adelaide are not in a position to do that. They simply need to win and win big when they get in these opportunities. 2 years ago when the playing tournament was introduced, which has been a stroke of genius, by the way, because we've got the race for 6th spot and the race for the top 2. So it's been great to see. But Melbourne United missed out on one single field goal throughout the whole course of a season.
66-39 at the Cairns Convention Centre. Adelaide broke the game open in the first quarter. Freeze denies Groves.
Last possession, they took it upon themselves. They said, let's just get Isaac a touch. Even though it was one pass, this is what I'm talking about with their offense is terminal. It's one pass, but it went to the guy they wanted to shoot the ball. Isaac just didn't finish on that possession.
Edwards 3 of 9 for the afternoon. Harrell had the seal. Nice find from Davis.
That's going to be a double-double for Montrez. 11 points, 11 rebounds, 3 assists, and a couple of steals.
All NBL first team, Montrez Harrell? Yes, no?
Oof. No, I don't think he will. Any other year, he's definitely got the stats to do so, but I think just the competition for those 5 spots.
Positionless, we need to remind everybody, he's averaging 20 and 9 boards. And keep it in mind, as Kendrick Davis gets himself another easy one and introduce himself to the locals.
Hard landing, too.
Seems to okay now as he gets up.
When we talking first team All-NBL, and again, not only do I not have a vote, but the people with the vote don't care about my opinion. I want to just say that, because I can't influence anybody.
The captains and coaches.
But I'm going to lean towards the higher up the ladder you are. So if it is a tight race between Trez with averaging 20 and 9 and say maybe a Jack White with maybe 17 and maybe 8 or 9, and they hired Xavier Cooks, obviously guys like that, I'm just going to lean towards a team that had the most wins. That's just me. We'll get to Pete's criteria shortly.
Yeah, we're getting there. Armstrong tees off. Tip in. It was handy from Tanner Groves.
Very good.
14 points, 5 rebounds. He's been solid.
Yeah, I don't think team performance matters too much for all NBL teams compared to the MVP, but I think when you're going to start to split players in the last couple of spots is where I think it will matter. This year in particular, because you look at Montrez tees on, that's no good. You mentioned like Xavier Cooks, Matt Hurts up there, but even Trey Kell and Tyler Harvey both going to have to be looked at heavily because of what they've done on the best team in the league. So I think that
Trey Kell's a lock, isn't he? I think.
Absolutely.
Edwards in the mid-range.
But having said that, you can have some exceptional numbers and be on a 9th place team and probably still make an All-NBL first team if you stand out. And there's other players who aren't putting their hands up around the league, but it's going to be so hotly contested that I'm with you, Damon. I think it will be weighed into, which is why if Adelaide sneak into the 6th or finish 7th, probably only room for 1.
Higgins Titcher on the move. Promising youngster, and then Wardenberg misses from underneath. He's having a tough afternoon at the office. That may end upstairs.
Tanner Groves gonna make you earn it.
Like 22 hits.
You gotta have a guy that's not afraid to get dunked on. Tanner Groves puts his body out there and make you go to the stripe to earn this one.
Any replay. Groves is battling hard. He's having some words to say with Lat Mayen. After that missed dunk from Lat Mayen. Still going back and forth.
And with a 26-point lead, DJ's having a rest over there. Adelaide still want to play basketball that is still conducive to winning. Because obviously they feel like this one is in hand, as it should be. But I feel like at this stage of the season, you are who you are. We're not going to see any intricate flex action, nothing too glamorous on the offensive end. It's just going to be, are they prepared to still share the ball and play enough defense that's, you know, it's solid enough.
Going on here between Lat Mayen and Tanner Groves.
And then Mayen was just giving himself to his former fans, holding the follow-through up, talking to the crowd. And it was enough, I think, Mike Wells to defuse that situation, pull him out.
Draws a foul on Isaac Humphries.
It was a ferocious dunk attempt, wasn't it? I think we got a good look at it. It might have been too close in the end, but I like him going for it.
Isaac tried to get out of the way a little bit, but when Rob Edwards gets a head of steam up and get on the rim, he can use his size and athleticism. He's gonna find a way to finish and draw some contact.
Back to that All-NBL chat, Damon. And if you did have a vote, you don't, and you made that clear. So it's going to be coaches and captains that voted, peer voted all the awards. You'd be leaning more towards Xavier Cooks and Matt Hurt than more of a Montrez.
If the latter position kind of stays the way it is right now, I would. I want to value winning. Like the Navy SEALs say, Pete, it pays to be a winner.
Which makes it interesting again. Like
I'm waiting for it.
I've got Casey Prather in there. But when you talk about having two guys from a team that's not one of the top ones, it's different than, I say, Casey Prather, who's been the most dominant standout player for the Brisbane Bullets, who will be down the bottom.
Martin had to fight for position on the low block.
Now, that's where I like to see Jarrell live a little bit more. Yes, I know he's a skillful big that can step out and shoot threes, but when he gets down there, as Kyle Adlam gets a little teardrop to go.
14 on Friday night. Season high for him. Knocked down 4 threes and he got hot really quickly against the Bullets. Still dumps it off to Gak. He's back to the basket. Edwards fell into the hands of Tanner Groves. That's 16 now for the afternoon.
Right spot, right time. But yeah, Kyle Adlam, he's spent some time overseas, comes back. He'd love to live in Australia and keep playing basketball in his home country. So he's a guy that Adam Ford would probably look at like, you know, you need a backup point guard. Somebody's got some poise, and Jarrell Martin doesn't want to live where he previously lived.
I think Kyle's preferring Australia more than he did Romania.
I think he's put it that way.
This has got very scrappy. Both ends. That quick three from Jarrell Martin. 23 points.
Groves blocked by Humphries. He got it back and closes the lid.
Playing well.
21 points is the margin. It's the closest it's been since half-time.
They're playing probably more put together and executing offensively. They missed a couple of shots like that, but Groves, Higgins, Titchers in there, they just want it more right now. And Adelaide's not helping the case by going down, taking quick shots. 18 points, 7 rebounds for Groves.
And the very thing that makes Adelaide good is the same thing that makes them bad. It's the gift and the curse. Their offensive terminal play from time to time gets in their own way sometimes.
73-52 in the Tangerine timeout as we get courtside to Ariana.
That's right. I'm here with Adelaide 36ers team owner Grant Kelly. Thank you so much for joining me. You have to be happy with your team's performance tonight.
Ariana we are, but, you know, Cairns are a great side. I saw them come back from 18 points down with 5 minutes to go in a game 2 years ago, so we're taking nothing for granted.
Multiple players in double figures. This team is so fun to watch. DJ Vasiljevic was the story of that first half. How do we get him going from the three-point line again?
He, everyone was in a great frame of mind coming out. I mean, I think the boys are a little bit tired now, but look, I think he'll let it fly a couple more times during the game, so we'll see how he goes.
Well, postseason play is on the line. If the boys play like this, I think they're going to crack that top 6.
Certainly hope so. It'll be a great reward for our fans and a good reward for Mike Wells, who's been fantastic.
Thank you so much for joining me. Back to you guys in the studio.
Grant Kelly making the trip to far north Queensland for Sunday Hoops. Here's DJ. And it's just the 2 points since quarter time.
Good to see Grant's not taking anything for granted.
I think they say granted in South Australia. There's a layup from Armstrong. Is that how you guys say it in South Australia, Pete?
I thought you were...
Granted?
I thought you set yourself up for a nice little pun there.
That's all I had.
Granted, Kelly.
10-2 run for the Cairns Taipans. Just a little bit of a lapse here from Adelaide. Look at the spin. Harrell doesn't get it to drop, though. Armstrong behind the back for Higgins-Titcher.
Went the wrong side. That would have had a Kyle Adnam 3-ball written all over it, which would have cut this to 16, and things would have got very interesting.
See, Cairns are not that type of team that can make Adelaide really suffer and punish them for the way they play. They don't change their style. They play the same way. They can get a 20-point lead. It's the same way we saw against Illawarra Hawks. It was up 25, and then they lose the 25-point lead and end up winning by just a few because they don't change the way they play considering the circumstances.
Harold too big and too strong for the youngster.
Yeah, Alex is completely outclassed in that particular matchup. He can get some help.
Tick down to a minute remaining in the quarter. 36ers 10-13 for the season. Just need to keep winning. Martin in the mid-range.
This is the beauty of having that exceptional first quarter. They've got the buffer to afford them a couple of opportunities where they fall flat, like this third quarter. When Cairns on a little run, they were still up plenty. Now they look like they're just starting to push away again.
Kadib for Vasiljevic. There it is.
Okay.
That's 8. 8 of 13 now for Vasiljevic. It's going to be an absolute travesty if he doesn't get... Oh, wait, good finish. If he doesn't get 11.
Career high is 10. Into today.
40-minute NBL record is 10 as well. So 7 in the first quarter should be...
Nice work from Kadib. Goes solo and puts it back to 26 points with his first field goal of this game.
You'd be disappointed you had him 4. You're looking for some fight out of your team. You're looking to like little things, little victories. Can we at least win one quarter? Can we do that? Can we restrict Adelaide to under 20 in a quarter? Little things like this, you got to take some positives. You want to take something out of this. And right now, Cairns have not put up any resistance. And that'd be the most disappointing thing.
You're leading. You're leading. You are leading.
Black was leaning. Last play of the quarter. Armstrong crosses over. Gack tips it in. And a little momentum for Cairns as they head the three-quarter time. 82-56. The 36ers in control on Sunday Hoops in the Hungry Jacks NBL.
gentlemen, I'm up here with the winner thanks to NQ Forklifts. We've got $350 cash to give away to this man right here, Peter Phillips. So congratulations, Peter Phillips. This card here is $350. All right, what are you going to do with the money? Got a dinner. Take the missus to the dinner? All right, nice. You better. All right, how about can you give us one really good Let's Go Taipans on the microphone? Ladies and gentlemen, here's Peter Phillips. Let's go Taipans. Wow. Yeah, Let's Go Taipans. And congratulations, $350. Wow. All thanks to NQ Forklifts.
NQ Forklifts is your local forklift dealer, service agent, and forklift hire provider. They've given out over $4,500 in cash this season. Based in Cairns, NQ Forklift services to Cairns, Boston, and the Taipans, and Pacific Coast regions, offering on-site visits to forklift sales, services, and repairs.
Fourth quarter action here in Cairns at the Convention Center, where the Adelaide 36ers have pushed the lead to 26 points. Now, I'm sitting next to the Taipans bench, and I have to say, although the lead is substantial for Adelaide, I love the energy that the team still has on the bench. They're talking to their teammates on defense, giving them pointers that they see from the sidelines. I'm not seeing too much bad body language. Hopefully they can make this a game in the fourth quarter.
What did you see that was better from Cairns in the third quarter, Pete and Damon?
Well, they had more energy, especially on the offensive rebounding. That was Groves. He was going hard to every board. Trace misses that one, and they just looked to have a bit more pep in their step. And I think it was more Adelaide's offense was rushed. They were taking some ill-advised shots. As we said, they dug themselves such a big hole. But you have to be perfect to get out of it.
They lost the fourth quarter in 17 of their last 18 games, the Cairns Taipans. Friday night was their first Q4 win since the 10th of October.
Yeah, that's not an accident as Kendrick Davis gets another easy little mid-range. It's not an accident when you losing becomes a habit, and Taipans, you worry sometimes. You think, is it all just too hard? I think Adam Ford might even mention that in one stage. It's up to these guys. There's no magic plays as Terran Armstrong hits a three. There's no magic plays. There's no magic speeches that Adam Ford can give. It's strictly pride, individual pride. And that's what's on the line right now for the Taipans.
Tony Groves, their leading scorer, has 18 points to go with 7 rebounds. Vasiljevic, the leading scorer in the game, with 26. The Adelaide 36ers. He's out there to start the fourth quarter. Just had to force something in the end.
Another offensive set where it didn't really go anywhere. Went side to side. No one really put heat on the rim or attacked the hoop going downhill.
Their best kind of a la Sydney Kings. When the Sydney Kings spread you out and just go, here's Jalen Adams and here's the middle ball screen. Good luck to you. Adelaide do a similar thing with Kendrick Davis. And they trust their lead guards who can score. What did Mike Wells call him? He was a points guard.
Learn something new every day.
Treasure's down to his 13th rebound to go with 13 points.
He puts the ball, oh! And he stuffs it! Montrezl Harrell goes bang!
Lord, everybody to sleep. Kyron Galloway took it to the push.
Galloway comes up short. Adelaide have 86 points on the board, but Peter Hooley's spoken about it a lot this afternoon. Percentage, hugely important for them.
Trez gets the rebound. Comes down, and Kyron Galloway, who's one of the better athletes in the league, it was not enough.
(86-61). 15 and 13 for Montrez. Good afternoon at the office.
Too easy. Everything has been too easy. Trez knows, like, you know, he's already dominated this team once before. Like, they don't have a matchup for him. It's just a matter of, like you say, Pete, percentages and how they play as a team. And right now, from every now and then, they will revert back to their kind of real terminal ways and taking those same quick shots. But they've proven, if they hit those shots, they can run the score up on anybody.
Shooting percentage has dropped down slightly to 53%. It was up in the 70s in that first quarter. They've shown that they have got the offensive weapons to be a real headache.
Oh, yeah.
7 minutes and 15 seconds left at the Cairns Convention Centre. It's the Adelaide 36ers in control. They lead by 25 points over the Cairns Taipans. Pete Hooley, Damon Lowry, Ariana Prather and Jack Heverin with you for Sunday Hoops. In Adelaide ball earlier today, it was the Kings 88-77 beating Tasmania.
Yeah, which keeps the door open for Adelaide to try and get into sixth spot. I'm just worried about the margin right now. Adelaide have put themselves in a position where anything under 18-point win could come back to hurt them in terms of percentage. They played too well for really this to drop below 20.
Is there a specific number of teams that realize this? Does coaches know, like, what do we need to win by to give us the best percentage? What's the difference between winning by 20 points and winning by 25?
Well, it's obviously very simple in terms of the more areas DJ goes down this late in the season in terms of what you build on your percentage game by game. It's more to the point of his Isaac Humphries. They've put themselves in this position. They've put themselves now to have this massive lead that if they don't close it out, they could go back to what if in a few weeks' time.
And I think part of that, to go back to an earlier conversation, Damon, was the game last Friday that they lost to Tasmania. They should have backed that. They should have won that game. And then it's one less thing for them to have to worry about. Now they're trying to catch up on a win as well.
Yeah, playing catch up. They'll be on 13 losses, the same as Tasmania, but they'll be a win behind. Just one win, but that just means you can't now have a hiccup again, and you still have to go back to Perth.
So that's the game, obviously the last game of the season. This is why this game in particular, whereas they can try and put it away with a percentage boost. You don't want to have to go to Perth relying on absolutely winning, but also if you have the buffer of, okay, if we lose, we can't lose by a certain margin because then our percentage is going to go under Tasmania. So you don't want to have both those double-edged swords going. If you can just avoid that, and if you lose, you can still be okay. That's the best case scenario.
Particularly when you've got a Perth team that might be playing for second spot in that game.
Well, that's the other side of it, the percentage battle for the top two as well. That is so close as well, which makes these last few rounds super enticing for us.
Would this be a time that you want to give a guy like Nick Marshall a look in as we look at the Mitsubishi Motors mosh pit of a ladder?
Well, have a look at that now. They've jumped Tassie's percentage based on this game where it's currently at.
Yeah.
So by the smallest of margins, they've jumped Tasmania. And obviously Adelaide need Tasmania to help them out for their bid.
Shout out to Mitsubishi as well.
Yep. They had no idea we was going to turn that ladder into a mosh pit. It's tight, is what I'm trying to say.
Fit them all into the Outlander.
Oh, you need a lot. It's a beautiful, spacious vehicle, that.
One day we'll find out. 21 remaining. Davis has been excellent again this afternoon. He adds in 2 more, takes him to 24.
It's the juggling act now if you're thinking about what does Mike Wells want to do. Do you want to get some minutes into the young guys, but understanding this is a great position to be in to run the score up. So I don't want to get anybody hurt.
I'd at least like to see Nick Marshall. We haven't seen Nick in about 5 games.
Yeah, I think you can get him.
He's somebody that could give you some punch in a playoff situation. The other guys who don't play as much, they might not see the court to, maybe a minute or 2 minutes left. But I would definitely try to get Nick some reps.
You're going to empty it as Kendrick Davis continues to pile on the pain. He's had, we've been talking about DJ, but Kendrick Davis has 27, 5, and 8. I think you can drip feed them in, just one at a time, with the bench on, leave a couple of the stars there to help tip things over.
Well, why do you think they have gone away from Nick Marshall. He's played 27 seconds in total in the last 5 for Adelaide, and there's 3 DMPs in there.
Yeah, that's perplexing to me. He was starting at one stage. He was starting, and he's an athlete, and he's definitely a kid you want to keep for the future. I don't know what he actually did wrong. It's not a guy that you would need to get double-figure points out of every game. So Mike Wells just made a decision that we're going to go with the older vets.
It's going to be an offensive foul. Well, they tightened up the rotation. That was the first thing. But also when Sunday Detch did his hamstring, Lat Mayan went into the starting 5. And he was great at the start of the season and really announced himself more as a defender on this team than anything else, and had a couple of big scalps. So now that Sunday Detch is back, you've got those two bouncing off each other. You've got Kadee and what he can bring as a backup point, and then really Jarrell Martin, and that's 8 players there. So that's all you really need if you can get those rotations to work. So I think he's more of a victim of the injury timing for Sunday Detch more so than anything else.
Vasiljevic had a little issue with his arm, but looks to be moving okay now. Antonio strips Sunday Detch of the ball.
There's not going to be any records broken tonight, does it look like? I think DJ's put the Q in the rack for the 3-ball. There's only 3.5 to go. How many does he need, Pete? Another 6.
He's not going to beat that. More than just to get to 10. You hit 7 in the first quarter.
Although, here's a good look.
There's 9.
Although,
there's 9. As I said, he's give him a chance to get a couple more up before he comes out. Because as good as that first quarter was, there's been too many good shooting performances for them to remember the time you had 9 threes in Cairns.
it's now a 31-point lead, which is a game-high margin. The Taipans have only scored 4 points in quarter 4.
Yeah, nah. What can you say?
5 points, sorry.
That's better.
That changes things. A rough day on their home floor. They were so good on Friday night. Tanner Groves has been the shining light. That's 23.
Looks like Kendrick Davis is about to sub back in as well, so I guess we're not going to see that, Damon.
Why, though?
Well, we spoke about it.
Like, why?
Unless he comes in for Vasiljevic if he gets one more check chance.
Maybe he knows he's coming out.
I would say so.
If I'm counting Rasmussen, I'm like, hey, coach, hey, don't forget about your boy over here.
That's why I said I think he can drip feed it. Kendrick's off now. Good pass there, good finish from Gap, and then a minute's time, take another starter out. So you can try and keep that scoreboard ticking. You don't know what the percentage is, so that's the hardest thing, is you've got to just continue to win by as many as possible.
26 ain't enough?
You don't know, Dave.
I'm just saying. What do you want? 28?
If they could have it.
They control their own destiny with wins.
DJ's about to come out, it looks like.
What's not helping him is allowing Cairns to score. It's Titcher. Knocks down the 3. He's got some talent, this youngster.
Definitely stitching him up for next season. Stitching up Titcher.
Signing him.
Oh, yeah.
That was stitching up, man.
4-year-old, Sydney.
I don't want him to go anywhere. Play NBL 1 up there in Cairns.
Trevor's back.
All right, Pete, 96 seconds to go. Come on, man.
Well, the Cairns just hit the last 5 points.
Pete, come on, man. 96 seconds.
I know.
If I'm being Grisky, I'm like, Coach, can I get them 96 seconds, man?
Well, we're about to get a coach's challenge.
What?
He wants a coach's challenge. He thought that was all mayonnaise. 94-71. All smiles on the Adelaide 36ers bench.
If I'm Jacob Rigoni, I'm like, what's a brother got to do to get some 96 seconds around here?
I hear you, Damon. But if you go down, if Tassie win a game and blow someone out, and it comes down to 2 points, it's happened before, 2 points, not too long ago, 2 years ago.
I know.
So you go back and be like, wow, that 96 seconds just cost us the postseason. I would be finding out where you live. It's going to be an unsuccessful coach's challenge.
Minute and a half to play. Adelaide next will travel to Sydney on Friday to play the Sydney Kings. That game is an absolute whale for both teams. There's going to be a big winner and a big loser out of that game.
They've already went there and proved to the Kings that they can win in front of 15,000, 16,000. Sydney wants a little bit of revenge, just as the players would. But also, then they got New Zealand, Brisbane.
Should take care of those two, so that'll get them to 13. As they won after Sydney. And 13 is where, if you do the ladder predictor, a lot of people seem to have Tasmania finishing on. That's just one more win for Tassie. They've got a really tough schedule, but we talk about Tassie with their backs against the wall. I think they're going to get a couple more. They'll find a way. They always do.
They're up against it now. They fought hard today, Tassie, but...
Davis back in. That's where I'm with you. If he's out, you could have kept him out. I understand, Damon, what you're saying.
It just takes you too long to understand what I'm saying.
Back in by Higgins, Titcher.
Honestly, there's two things you love a lot. It's running and tangents, man. There's so many tangents.
They're in the weight vest all the time. It's just a lot. Vasiljevic unloads another one.
There's 10.
Okay. Drops, there's 10.
All righty.
So he's got it twice now, the 40-minute record of threes made. 10 of 18. Can he get the record on his own?
Certain Adelaide will try and give him another look at it.
That's got to be a record, hitting 10 threes for two different teams.
Well, there's only 4 guys who have the record, so here we go.
Here goes for number 11. Cairns in transition. Antonio not shy.
I love that Kendrick Davis is trying to get Vasiljevic his 11-3 too, because he's one more assist away from a double-double. So he's doing...
All eyes on DJ right now.
Oh, here it is. What a screen.
Here's the opportunity.
All of a sudden, he's flat with himself, because 10 of 20 doesn't look as good as 7 of 7 to start the game.
And the last couple of looks were good enough as well.
He wants it.
4 seconds.
He wants it.
You wouldn't rule him out from here. The Adelaide 36ers have now won 4 of their last 6 games and are doing everything they can to make the play-in. Big winners this afternoon, 99-75. They dominate the Taipans.
They did what they had to do, and they had some fun doing it. DJ got to feel good about himself once again. Kendrick Davis was solid. Trez was dominant. Now it's just moving on to the next game. Can they repeat it against the Kings next week?
That's the big question. We've seen this. We've seen these kind of performances from Adelaide. We've also seen the other side. Right now, can they back it up? Because that is a massive game coming, but they took care of business. They said they were tired, coming across from Perth. Big win. It was over at quarter time. That game was done at quarter time. They just had to hang on and gave themselves a nice little percentage boost as well.
They led by 26 points at quarter time, and the final margin is 24, so it gives you an idea that they set the game up early. We're in control as we get courtside to Ariana Prather.
DJ, you were so fun to watch tonight. 32 points, but most importantly, the W on the road. How happy are you with your performance tonight?
Oh, very good team performance. Obviously, a good bounce. Apologies, we have a child. It's okay. No, it was big for us. Obviously, we haven't blown anyone out when we've had wins. No.
Well, it's hot in Cairns, so it gotta be feel good.
No, it feels good. We better go back to the pool, hang out, maybe a few drinks to deserve full win. But yeah, we're going home. So now we got to regroup and play a great team, Sydney, and back it up against New Zealand at home.
Talk about how great it feels to have a point guard and teammates that want to try to get you those 11 threes there at the end.
I mean, it's great. Obviously, anyone can get theirs any given night. I had to go on early and they tried to get it. I didn't get it. It's going to be disappointing. But again, the most important is a win.
What are the learning lessons you take from tonight? You have a bit of a break, so you should enjoy yourself tonight before you play Sydney on the road again.
Yeah, I think we've had a long little trip from Perth to Cairns, so I think we enjoyed this one tonight. And then obviously travel back tomorrow and back to work Tuesday for a great Sydney team.
Thank you, DJ.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Well, for those wondering, DJ's having some tins by the pool later on tonight.
As we clean the camera, I'm putting the water on. You don't have to worry about trying to cool him down, the rest of the Adelaide team, because they did that with the substitution in the first quarter. They cooled that man right down. He had 7 threes and sat down for the last 2 minutes, and that was what cooled him down. Ended up from 7 of 7 to 10 of 21.
Let's get back to Ariana.
Well, the irony there is Kendrick just asked DJ to get him some water because all the water is on the floor. How fun is it to celebrate your teammate tonight?
Oh, man, it's amazing. What did he break?
No,
Same.
They don't understand, man. That's going to take forever to dry, bro.
It's not slick back like this. Come on now.
Man, I'm black, though. It's all the same. It's all...
What happened to me?
Nah, but it felt great, though. He got going early, and we just rode off of that. And like I said before, we dangerous. Everybody know it. And, yeah, man, we came out desperate. Forget offense. Defensively, I think they had, 14 points in the first. So anytime we can guard, I think we got a good chance.
A lot was focused on DJ's three-point performance tonight, but you were one away from another double-double with 10 assists, and you had 25-plus points. How do you make it look so easy? The game just looks effortless for you.
Honestly, man, honestly, I got great teammates who want me to be great. I'm hungry to learn. It's only my second year pro. I'm 25 and I don't know nothing. So every day I'm growing. And I got teammates like Trez, DJ, Jace. They want me to be great. So coach put expectations on me to be great every night. And I know it's come with ups and downs, but yeah, man, my teammates, they want me to be great.
Your teammates want you to be great. That's such an important point. But most importantly, you guys are fighting for playoff action and postseason play. But it doesn't seem like there's any pressure at all for you guys the way you played tonight.
We'll be lying if we said there wasn't pressure. We know every game is our championship game right now. And we more than capable of doing it. We put ourselves in this position, but we here. And, man, we got to give everybody our best shot because they're going to give it to us.
Well, enjoy tonight. This was fun to watch.
Thank you. Thank y'all.
Great performance by Kendrick Davis again. 27 points tonight to go with 5 rebounds and 9 assists. But they are a powder keg of emotion, the Adelaide 36ers. Even watching that one right there, they are must watch right now for the good and for the bad as we get back to Ariana.
Montrez, I think the postseason pouring the water on your head just shows how much fun this team has playing together. How great is it to have teammates like DJ and Kendrick on the floor with you?
It's a blessing, man. Those guys work extremely hard at their game. They're professionals. They come in, do the work, and we're trying to lead this team and do something special, man. We had a bunch of hiccups in the midway through the season, and we're fighting back from that, man, but we're taking it one game at a time. Like I told y'all before, man, it's one game at a time, and it's about us.
A lot of people talk about how energetic you are on the court, but they don't see what you do off the court, like giving your shoes away. How special was that moment for you?
I don't really do it for, what other people got to say. It don't really bother me, man. I know what type of person I am. I know what type of heart that I have. Those kids, come out, even though they're cheering for the opposing team, man. They, understand basketball. They're a fan of me, man. One guy had, 4 cards from the NBA that I had, man. So it's a blessing, man. I'm just giving love to the fans that they're giving to me, really.
You're a clear leader of this team. You can see it on the court. What do you need to tell your team to stay focused on to try to make that final push for the playoff?
Nothing. One game at a time. Same thing we've been doing, man. As y'all can see, when we come out with the right mindset, come in, locked in, ready to play from the beginning, man, we're a tough team to beat, man. We've held some of the top teams to the lowest scoring games that they had, to the lowest scoring quarter that they had, man. So we're a hell of a team, and we're just looking to keep building off of that.
Thanks, Montrez. Enjoy tonight.
Thank you.
24-point win tonight for the Adelaide 36ers. They've got Sydney on Friday night at Kudos Bank Arena. We're going to come back and wrap it up on the other side of this. It's been a big day, crazy day here in the Hungry Jacks NBL. 99-75, the final score at the Cairns Convention Centre.
Well, next up, ladies and gentlemen, we have number 4, Kyle Adnan. Same as before, ladies and gentlemen, hands up nice and loud. Yell out if you can, but 300 opening bid, 300 the bid here on the right-hand side, 400 behind me, thank you, sir. At 400 now, 5 the bid, come straight back at 6 if you will. At 6 the bid now, we say 700 man, but 700, thank you. We say 9. At 9 here, sir, you've got a credit card on you, a little bit young to have a bid here, but at 800 here, left-hand side. At 8 here, the left. Then we have a bid there at the rim, but an 800 bid 6 here, call through. First call now, but an 800 the bid. Second call now, but 800, 900, thank you, sir. 1,000 to play. I feel the different bid, but 900 right-hand side bid sits here with you, sir. At 900, we'll feel the bid here now, and a better bid now, we say 1,000. At 900, we call through. First call now, but 9's the money. Second call now, 900. Third and final time. At 900 in the bid, we sell, we are done and sold. Congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, next up we have number 2, Mr. Rob Edwards. Ladies and gentlemen, as before here, we'll kick off. We have 500 on the floor to get underway here. At 500, can we see an opening bid offer here? Where we go? At 500 against Hall. At 500, thank you, sir, to go straight to 750. At 500, the bid here, left-hand side. I'll take it 6 here now, that's a bid man. At 500 here to the left. One of the bidding here now, second rise. At 5's the money, we call through nice and early. We'll take a bit of 600, we go. First call now, 500, the bid sits here with you, sir.
Keep your eyes on the Adelaide 36ers. If they shoot the ball like this and they play the way they did this afternoon, they are a threat of making it to the play-in series. A big win tonight, 99-75 over the Cairns Taipans. That's 11 wins, 13 losses for the season. They're edging closer to the magic number. 1 win behind the Tasmanian Jack Jumpers, and nobody can make you change your mind 24 hours later like the Adelaide 36ers. I had them missing out, Pete. And now I'm thinking, you know what? After what I saw Tasmania do in Sydney, I feel like Adelaide now can get that 6th spot.
They've got a much easier, more friendly run home than Tasmania.
Yes.
There's no mistake about that. And that right there is going to help their percentage wonderfully. So with all that combined, they are a red-hot shot of getting into 6th spot. But as Montrez said, they're just going to take it one game at a time. Because they lose to Sydney on Friday. The next 2 games, which they should win, they'll be very tense for those.
I guess the difference between the two of them is that Tasmania, yes, they've got injuries, but they're much more stable and much more reliable, aren't they? We don't know what we're going to get with Adelaide from game to game.
Well, that's it. Tasmania has forced us to trust them over the last 3 to 4 seasons, and Adelaide has given us no reason to trust us, but we trust when Adelaide plays like that. Now, if they can do it 2 games in a row, that's what remains to be seen.
DJ Vasiljevic, story of the night, Pete.
7 threes in the first 7 minutes. I don't want to say first quarter because it was the first 7 minutes and then he decided to have a rest. Well, not he decided, Dave. We don't think that he would ever ask for a sub, but he got taken out. It cooled him down, but he single-handedly put this game to bed in the first quarter. After the 7-minute mark in the opening quarter, Cairns were done. They threw their punches after that. They went on their little runs, but it was too big of a hole to get out of. And I love the bench reaction. Everybody was enjoying the show put on by Vasiljevic. He deserved 12 or 13, for sure. I love that he didn't force anything in the second quarter. He definitely forced things late, as you would. But in the end, 10 of 21 from deep, 32 points. Big reason why they got that win.
He was superb. Look at that Blackmore shot chart, Dave. That is a thing of beauty.
21 threes in a game of basketball. I saw Chris Golding take 19 and thought, man.
That's a lot.
DJ said, just hold my beer.
Speaking of that, we'll get there shortly. Kendrick Davis was the other shining light for the Adelaide 36ers. I think we can now pretty much move forward with Kendrick as being an All-NBL first teamer, can't we?
Yeah, he's a lot, for sure. I mean, the statistics he's putting together this season, 27, 5 and 9 in this game. I mean, averaging over 25 points, leading the league in assists. And I keep going back to comparing him to first-year imports who really we remember in the last decade of the Castaways, the Jalen Adams MVP year. And you look at the numbers compared to that and what he's done. If Bryce Cotton wasn't in the league this year, Kendrick Davis is running away with him. running away with it. But unfortunately, he's coming into a league where Bryce Cotton continues to do his thing at an even higher level in NBL 25. But this makes things very interesting on the Mitsubishi Motors ladder.
So the intrigue builds. Tomorrow night it's Illawarra and Brisbane. A loss to Brisbane will absolutely put an end to their season, no question about that. And I think the Hawks are going to have to stumble to lose top spot. The other game of interest to cap off round 17, Damon, is Wednesday night at the State Basketball Centre. The 5th place Phoenix playing host to the 3rd place Kings.
That's it. In Southeast Melbourne, Phoenix, there's nothing to not like about how they're going about it. Obviously, without Derek Walton Jr. being in the lineup, the way Nathan Sobey is playing right now, and Angus Glover, Benny Ayre, Owen Foxwell, and they got the unguardable Matt Hurt. Hey, look, there's nothing to not like about them. I'm tipping Phoenix for that game.
And they got a really good percentage as well, so that could help them get a home playing tournament, or if things go their way, even a top 2. I don't think it will happen, but crazy things happen in this league.
It's been a very, very big day here in the Hungry Jacks NBL. Don't forget, it's Illawarra and Brisbane tomorrow night from the Wynn Entertainment Centre. But on behalf of Pete Hooley, Damon Lowry, Ariana Prather and our team behind the scenes, thanks so much for watching today. Can't wait for your company tomorrow. Until then, stay safe, and thanks for watching the Hungry Jacks NBL.
This program is brought to you by Hungry Jacks and Bunnings Warehouse.